Okay, you're at a flea market or a garage sale or even at a coin shop, maybe, coin show, or you're online, maybe marketplace, TikTok, and you see this coin right here, 1889, $45. It's a Morgan dollar. Turn it over, and it has CC at the bottom. And you're like, $45? Man, I'm gonna take a chance on that one. Here's another 89, $45. It's just a plain. It's just a Philadelphia, no mint mark here. See? So you see these two at the flea markets or wherever you're out buying, and you're like, I'm just going to buy both of them. They probably don't know what they had. I'm going to hit a home run. I hate to tell you, but you're part of the counterfeit problem if you think that way. You know, if you don't know the difference in these two coins and that you're not going to get a CC for $45, especially someone who's selling real ones too, they know what they got and they're trying to get you. And they probably bought these for less than melt, at least the CC. And they bought them online, and they're, put them together like this. That's part of the trick. They got you in their trick bag, and you're going to lose $45. You're going to get an education, though, when you try to resell it. So I guess that's worth its weight in gold there, or weight in silver, whichever. So let's talk about these two coins for a second. But first, I want to thank everyone for watching my video. My name is Daniel, and I do have a coin shop and a little brick and mortar here in Portsmouth, Ohio. I do have a help community. If you need help with coins, go over to coinauctionshelp.com/forum. That link is in the description of this video. It's also in the pinned comment of this video and all of my videos. So scroll on down, go to the description, click more, and you click on that link and you can go get some help over on our help community. So we're going to do an in-depth analysis of this coin, or both these coins, and we're going to compare them. This is the weight of the 89cc, 26.3. This is the weight of the 89, just the Philadelphia Mint, 26.7. So as you can see, weighing them, they're off a little, but not enough. They're still well within mint specifications. The 89cc did not test, but there is a little bit of a bar, as you can see here. That means there's some silver. So they probably plated it a little bit in silver. And here's the reverse of it, the CC. So we tested the obverse here and then the reverse. And then we tested the 89 Philadelphia, and it's silver. So we weighed them and we tested them, and we know from that the 89cc is not authentic. But that's the easy way when you're in a coin shop or you're at somewhere where they have a scales somewhere where they have a Sigma or an XRF gun. If you don't have an XRF or some way to test it, and there's no way you can do specific gravity, there's no way we could do a ping test, but I don't think many of these people that are selling these out there are going to let you ping it. Okay, and it's in a holder. So what are you going to do if you want to buy some coins? You see something that might be a good deal. You're going to have to know your coins. You got to know your details. You have to know. You have to be able to look it up on your phone, maybe look up some comparison images and hold it up to it. Pinch and squeeze your screen so that you can see the details, because that's what we're going to do. I've got Photoshop open, and we're going to take a look at a comparison of these two so I can show you the differences and what to look for. So here's the two obverses, and I have them at almost the same orientation as far as the date in relation to the date. I took the images myself. You do have a little bit of a scratch here. The light's reflecting in a certain way to show it. But one thing you should notice is that the Lady Liberty, is actually facing her nose, is looking up this way, whereas this is straight across. So one of the first things you want to look at are the denticles. These are the denticles. Look how they're, the shape of them and how they're struck. And look over here on a normal Morgan dollar. That's what they look like. Now a lot of people don't know this, but this is a normal 89 from the Philadelphia Mint. Whenever the U.S. Mint made this die, they shipped them to the branch mints. They shipped them to the New Orleans Mint. They shipped the 89 dies to the San Francisco Mint and to the Carson City. They hand-punched their mint marks into the reverse dies of these, and maybe they used different methods of basining or annealing the planchet a little bit. Obviously, they had their own little techniques. But still, all Philadelphia Mint created dies. So they're all going to have the same design features. But once they reach the mint or something was changed on them at the mints, the ranch mints, then they become VAMs. And VAMs are basically varieties. They're the two dies that struck the coin. The die pair is what they call it. So when you're looking at these, you want to focus in on the details, like I've been telling people, and the orientation of the dates and things like that, because they're all going to have something in common. And what this has not in common with any normal Morgan dollar are these die marks right here. See them? These could have been contact marks that were in cuse and then were raised on the die here. There's some more marks here. And if you look at the fonts or the letters of, basically the stars and all that, and those kind of details, but mainly the font. When you look at the fonts of the letters, you can see that they're really close. You see the E? So they used similar fonts. So that's not going to be a good indicator of how to determine it. The stars, pretty close. So this coin is not a horrible counterfeit unless you are really experienced. But all these die file lines and all that, they can signify a VAM. These die marks I've been showing you right here, you can see it right here. But those aren't your typical class marks. There's another one here. Some of them are contact marks that look like they're raised. There's the mark right here. You will not find an 89cc VAM with those marks on it. That means that die pair did not exist for an authentic US struck 89cc. That's one way to tell. That's why you need to know about VAM World. You can go to PCGS Coin Facts. They have VAMs listed. And you can actually pull it up and look at the actual details in the die marks. Because these coins weigh close enough, there's a little bit of silver in the counterfeit. The fonts are okay. I mean, we will look at the date. That's another thing. Look at that date. It's not struck as sharp. These are, you can tell. And when you start comparing them like that, the differences. They never get it exactly right. You got another die mark through the star that's not on any die pair known for an 89cc. Then we look at the reverse. Now you start looking at, once you start looking at those details like that as an artist and the orientation of things, you can start seeing that the breast feathers don't look like this. There's something off. There is a speckling look, a different luster. But it's not just that. When you zoom in a little bit closer, you can start seeing some marks that are not there on any known die pairs that struck an 89cc. There's something here, I don't know if that's a contact mark or not, but you'll see this right here. And all these lines. See, the die pairs have been studied, and not every VAM has been discovered, but we know this is not authentic. It doesn't test, so we know that this is not a new VAM or anything like that. The coin has to be authentic to be a new VAM to begin with, but you can see that there's little things about this that is different than authentic. Just look at the leaves, so we can look how kind of sharp they are. These have a graininess to them. You can look at the shape of the berries. But it's close enough. I mean, it's close enough to fool most people. Most people would see this. They would buy it, think they're getting a good deal. Here's something on there to die there. Also the denticles, always pay attention to that too. But you're looking for things that are off, luster, strike, details of the coin. And that's if you can't test it. I mean, if there's no way to test it and you're wanting to know if you should buy it or not. I mean, you can take the $45 education if you want. Maybe a little embarrassment if you try to sell it online. But I recommend you know your coins before you're out there buying them in the wild, buying them ungraded, especially rare coins like that. I mean, you flip that over and you see that CC down here at the bottom, and it's got $45 on it. You should instant red flag. You shouldn't even, I mean, you can buy it if you want to have a counterfeit. If you want to fill holes in your collection, that's fine. That's up to you. But most people aren't doing that. Most people don't know the difference here. I mean, they just don't know that people will counterfeit anything. And they come out of China, a lot of them do. They'll counterfeit bags and Rolexes and baseball cards, anything you can think of, they'll counterfeit it. Even grading companies, they'll put them in a holder. You can actually request it. They'll make them for you. You can say, I want, 20 89 cc's and Mint 65 in a PCS holder. They will make those for you and ship them to you. And they are illegal, and they're counterfeit, but you'll get them. You can even pay to have them make them in silver for you if you wanted to. As a matter of fact, I received an email years ago offering me that service. I don't remember who it was, and I think it's even before Alibaba came along. I'm not saying you get on Alibaba and do illegal things, but a lot of the sellers on Alibaba prefer to skirt the fees, and they'll contact you in an email. So I know that happens because it happened to me. So anyways, thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.